So, welcome, welcome. Thanks so much for being here. Before we get started, I want to thank my very beautiful and always amazing wing woman, Tracy. So, sending Tracy all the love for her support. And I just want to thank all of you for coming, for showing up here in this space. Believe it or not, you're actually here for each other, not just for yourself and not just for me. This is a collective space, and the more we can participate with our cameras on, taking notes, putting notes and putting comments in the chat, the more we're all going to learn, the more we all feel supported. So let's go ahead and get started. I want you to think about your own life for just a moment. Show of hands, how many of you wish you had more in life? Whatever more means to you. Yeah. So I want you to take a moment to write in the chat. We're going to use the chat quite a bit today. Take a moment to write in the chat. What is it that you wish you had more of in your life, in your business, or in both? Mm. Time. Yep. Clients. Always. Time, money, health, wealth, happiness. I like that. I'm going to put a quote around that. Clients, money, adventures, peace, financial freedom. You guys, this is all amazing. Absolutely. Who would feel? No, let me rephrase this question. How would you feel if I handed you a magic easy button right now that you could just press and poof, your life or exactly how you wanted it to be? Think about that for a second. It's not about the things that you want to have, but about how you would feel. Go ahead and put that in the chat. What would you feel? What are your feeling words? Yeah, yes, please. Ease, for sure. Freedom. Freedom is such a big one. Relief. Relief, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Fun, peace, and enjoyment. You guys, I completely resonate with all the feelings. And believe me when I say, I know what it feels like to not experience those feelings. I absolutely know in this moment, as sure as I'm sitting here, that the universe is infinite. Science says it, woo-woo says it. I had someone ask one time, what is woo-woo? And they thought it was like a term for something, but literally woo-woo is all of us people who believe in spirituality things, energy work. Science and woo have started to come together. And so, again, I absolutely know that the universe is infinite. And I've learned how to tune into the energy of the infinite universe to manifest success, both in my life and in my business. But it wasn't always this way for me. I'm going to take you back to 2008. My family and I, we had just loaded the kids in the car. We were going to Maryland for Christmas to visit my family. Little kids were in PJs. They had their headphones on, listening to the movies they were watching. They were a little spoiled watching movies in the car. So we had just left 5 minutes from the house, and boom, we were in a car accident. We were struck by a hit and run drunk driver. We came to a dead stop. I remember the very first thing I did was turn around and ask if my kids were okay. And they all were just looking at me with a shocked look on their face. And I said, are you guys okay? And my four-year-old son took his headphones off and said, my neck hurts. Well, 4-year-olds don't know how to say their neck hurts. because they were in an accident, right? So we moved our minivan off the road. We called 911. My son and I went to the hospital by ambulance. My husband and the other two kids met us there. My son was diagnosed with muscle strain, and they just said, give him ibuprofen. Great. I had acute muscle strain, acute whiplash, and my muscle strain in my back was so bad that one of my ribs popped out. So I left the hospital with a prescription for muscle relaxers and a chiropractor. But the most important thing was we were all going to be fine, right? So my chiropractor, luckily, has a massage therapist upstairs in his office. And he would send me upstairs to have a 15-minute spot treatment with spot, not spa. It sounded like I said spa, right? A 15-minute spot treatment. And then I'd go back down for my chiropractic adjustment. I remember laying on the massage table one day, and whatever she was doing felt so good that in my head, I was like, I know what I want to do with the rest of my life. I want to make people feel like this. That decision was a turning point in my life. I was going to add something, but I won't. I'll save that for later. That decision was a turning point in my life. I went back to school to get my massage therapy certification. It was 2.5 years of night school, full time, stay home mom by day, student by night. I earned my massage therapy certification. I started learning about energy work, and I got my first Reiki attunement. After graduation, I rented an office space. I got my second Reiki attunement. For anyone who doesn't know, Reiki is energy healing. I had massage therapy clients. I had Reiki clients. I took what I was learning about energy and energy work and taught mindfulness and meditation classes for kids. I had guided meditations for adults. My business was growing so big, I even brought in 2 renters to sublet 2 of the treatment rooms in my office. So all along the way, I continued to seek educational opportunities to learn more about energy, about vibrational frequencies, and how to use what I learned to make decisions, both in my life and in my business. Sorry. So what happened is that business was amazing. And up until the point that I opened my own office, I was always a stay-at-home mom. But all those things that I added into my life, my office, my clients, my classes that I taught, right? It all started to be too much. In that time, the thing they didn't teach us about were boundaries around our business, our time. They only taught us in school about physical boundaries, ethical boundaries with other people. So I grew my business too soon, too quickly, too big, right? There came a time when I started missing things with the kids. I'd miss soccer practice, I'd miss volleyball. And I was like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I love what I'm doing, but I feel within myself that I need to be available for my kids. And so it took a year to make a decision. I closed my office. It broke my heart in one way, but in another way, I was so happy to just be back home with my kids. And so I never stopped learning about energy. I never stopped really using my Reiki, sending energy to other people. And then along the way, I started to, again, still listening to the universe and trusting that guidance. I went back and got my certification for life coaching, right? And so I started my life coaching business. And here we are today. Today, I live my life in the flow. I tune into the power of the universe, that universal life force energy that I've learned so much about, and know that it's not just available to me, it's available to all of us. And while I no longer practice massage therapy, my energy attunements and my energy education will be with me forever. And I'm so thankful for that. There's nothing special about me. And I don't mean that the way it sounds. This is what I mean. I just happened to have listened to that knowing that day on the massage therapy table, right? And that started my journey. The rest has unfolded to guide me here now, here today, here with you. And so what does that mean? It means that I've done the work. I've studied the things, I've made the mistakes, I did more of the work, I got better at using the power of the universe to manifest abundance in my own business. And you can too. So drop a number 1 in the chat if you're with me. And drop a 1 in the chat if you're ready to start learning how to manifest success for yourself and for your business. Awesome. Great. So the first thing to know is energy is all around us. Everything in the universe is made up of energy. What I mean by that is this pen, we see it as a pen because we live in a 3D universe, right? If our universe was 2D or 5D or 4D, maybe we wouldn't actually see a pen. We would just see a bunch of atoms all joined together. It wouldn't necessarily look like a pen. Albert Einstein, I'm sure you all remember E = mc squared, right? But how many of you can actually tell me what that means? Yeah. So E = mc squared just means that energy and things, I guess, I don't know what word I'm trying to think of, energy and physical things are interchangeable. So it's just what I said. In a 3D world, this is a pen. In a different dimension, maybe we would just see a clump of atoms, right? That's all that it means. This pen is energy. We see it as a pen. Everything's made up of energy. Okay. The next thing that we need to know is, oh, there we go. Okay. The next thing that we need to know is our first key to manifest success in your life and in your business. The first key is energy alignment and vibration. Okay, so very briefly, we just talked about everything is made up of energy. Put a hand up if you've ever heard of the law of attraction. Yep, so many hands up, right? As a philosophy, the law of attraction is actually, it brings together 3 individual principles. Like attracts like, nature abhors a vacuum, and the present is always perfect. So let's break it down because everyone's like, oh, the law of attraction. If I want something, I just think of it. Okay, it's a little more than that. The first principle, like attracts like. This principle sometimes is known as the law of magnetism, and it states that similar things are naturally attracted to each other. Yeah, I think it was, yes, Wayne Dyer, who said, where attention goes, energy flows, right? Like attracts like. Studies on the amygdala, your brain's emotional center, show that we induce feelings of fear and anxiety or anxiousness on other people when we feel those things ourselves. It makes sense, right? If you're a parent, I'm sure that you were told or figured out very quickly for yourself that if you were anxious or if you were upset, your baby literally could feel that anxiety and would become anxious or upset, right? Like attracts like. On the contrary, when you learn to raise your vibration, and expand your consciousness, you can then begin to magnetize greater abundance into your life. So when you raise your vibration, raise your energy, those are the sorts of things that you automatically start to attract, to magnetize into your life, right? All that's great. The second part of law of attraction is nature abhors a vacuum. Based on the premise that your mind and your life cannot have empty space, let's take this empty coffee cup, right? You think it's empty? It is not. What's the coffee cup full of? It's full of air, right? So there's no empty space. So based on that premise, this law states that removing negativity from your mind can make space for positive thoughts. Think about that for a second. Remove negativity from your mind to make space for positive thoughts. Your mind's going to be full of something, right? Because nature abhors a vacuum. Put your choice in the chat for me. Which do you prefer? Lower vibrations, negative thoughts, or higher vibrational, more positive thoughts? Yep, high vibe. Yep, all the way. Me too. In my 6-week Manifest Success program, this is one of the things that we start learning to do immediately. We start to unpack those lower vibrational, self-limiting belief habits and make room for more magnetizing positive thoughts. Believe it or not, you can actually be with the people who are negative and not be affected by them. Think of the impact that ability can have on your day-to-day life. Think about how much impact that can have on your business. If you're still in a job, think about that. Think about being around negative coworkers and not being affected by them. Yeah, that's what energy work can do. Some of you already have businesses, so consider how this can start to change the way you show up. Share in the chat how you would feel. Again, we're going back to feel. If you could replace negativity for positivity. What are the feeling words that are coming up for you when I say that? Lighter, lighter, joy. Yep. Less burden, right? Relief, peaceful, excitement. Yeah. Some of you haven't started your businesses yet. So it's the perfect time for you to start replacing lower energy with higher vibrational thoughts and structures. Just think about that. Talk about starting your business with an easy button, right? So the law of attraction. We said that there are 3 principles that make up law of attraction, right? The first is like attracts like. The second, nature abhors a vacuum. The third principle is the present is always perfect. The present is the best time to improve your mentality. Being present is the best mental state to affect change. One of the ways we affect change in our limiting beliefs is to actually be present with them, to learn to live in the now. If we're to believe Eckhart Tolle, and I do, I have a little crush on Eckhart Tolle. I adore him so much. I'd love to just put him in my pocket. All we have is the now moment, right? That's it. There's no past. The past is just a story that you tell yourself in your mind over and over again. Think about that. There's no such thing as past. There's no future because the future doesn't exist. Once you arrive in the future, you're back in the now again, right? So there's no actual future. So I know these are simple things that I shared, but also if you actually sit with them and think about them on a deeper level, they go really deep. So before I move on and share the second key with you, because I know the first key was a lot, I want to take a moment to acknowledge each of you for showing up here today. Again, for yourself and for your business. There is a lot of noise online. There are so many things trying to grab our attention, right? Too many things. If you registered for this event, it's because you felt a pull from the universe, whether you realized it or not. Some of you might not even know how you first saw the registration or what was the thing that made you want to be here today, but there was something that called to you specifically. So congratulations. Registering for this event and showing up here today is your first nod back to the universe to say, I hear you, I feel you, I'm listening. And that's what we have to do. We have to listen. So for each of you who are here today, because you gave that nod back to the universe, I'm thrilled to invite you to a transformative experience that will light up your entrepreneurial journey. That sounds fancy, right? But it will. My gift to each of you is a complimentary Breakthrough to Clarity session. In this 30-minute deep dive into your business aspirations and also the blocks that might be holding you back from manifesting the success. Hear this, the success that is your divine birthright. Divine birthright. Take that in for a second. Yeah. We're going to dive into those things in this 30-minute session. Your business aspirations, manifesting the success that's your divine birthright. During this session, we're also going to see if we're a good fit to work together further. And you're going to leave your complimentary session with my hottest tip that can help you start manifesting success immediately. And you know what's more exciting? This is just a taste of the magic that you can experience in my transformative programs. This is a free 30-minute sneak peek into everything the universe has to offer you. So my question to you is, how much longer do you want to stay in one place to spin your wheels? It's time to make your dreams a reality. I opened up 3 days worth of spaces that I am saving just for you. It's a special link, only you have it. If you don't see a time that works for you, shoot me an email and we'll chat and we'll make something that works out. So Tracy, thank you so much. Popped the link to schedule in the chat. This is just a link for you for your complimentary session, because trust me and trust the universe. This isn't an opportunity you want to miss out on. Let's sprinkle some cosmic magic on your business journey, shall we? I apologize that I keep messing with my hair, but I don't know what's happening. All right, back to it. Here we go. Hands up, because the second key for manifesting success is visualization and intention setting. Visualization and intention setting. Tracy, I love that you wrote cosmic magic. New hashtag. Every time I have a workshop, I come up with new hashtags. Visualizing the things you want in your life can help you attract them, right? According to scientists working at the Institute of Neurology in London, thank you very much, people who visualize a better future are more likely to be able to bring that future into existence. So remember I said earlier, science says it, woo says it, right? As woo-woo people, we've always known if you want to attract something, you have to put it in the universe. These are literally neurologists who are saying this now. It says they're saying that daily vivid mental images of a better life help you to draw that life forward. The neurologists documented their findings in a publication from the National Library of Medicine, and they stated, and I quote, "The ability to construct a hypothetical scenario in one's imagination prior to it actually occurring may afford greater accuracy in predicting its eventual outcome. I love that. Science says it too. There are lots of ways to use visualization, but here are just a few. You can meditate on your goals. You can simply imagine yourself living the life you want, or create a vision board. Who's ever created a vision board, right? Yeah. These can help you get clearer on your desires, help you be more positive, more motivated, which can help you then set intentions for yourself and for your business. So I've made several vision boards over the course of, I don't know, 10 years probably. Several years ago, a friend gave me a wooden vision board, and it was so beautiful that I hung it in my dining room. It was gray and just natural wood alternating. It had a jute rope for hanging it. So beautiful. I sat with my vision board and really meditated and, on what I wanted to manifest, and started putting things on my vision board. And at Christmas time, I ended up taking it down just so we could hang some Christmas decorations, and it went in my closet, never to be looked at again for like, I don't know, a year probably. And when I pulled it back out, I was shocked and honestly thrilled at how many of the forgotten things on my vision board had actually manifested. One of the things I remember very clearly, I had put an island in the Caribbean, a picture of that on my vision board. That year, my husband won a free trip to Aruba through one of his suppliers, like all expenses paid. I put on my vision board, I put on my vision board my Reiki signs. And again, it was in my closet, forgot all about it. Fast forward, my son and I, all of us, our whole family were in P-Town. My son decided that he wanted a new tattoo and he wanted us to get tattoos together. And nope, wrong arm, this one. This is one of my Reiki symbols. So when I pulled my vision board back out, I was like, oh my God, there were like 5 things, you guys, that I forgot all about. And so that's what I'm saying. You're putting these intentions out into the universe, and then you can just walk away. You hit the easy button, claim it, and walk away. And you're going to be shocked at what actually shows up. So I know I went through that quickly, but I want to leave lots of time at the end for Q&A. But before we move on to our last key, I want to remember what we've already talked about. So the first key to harness the power of the universe to manifest success in your business was energy vibration and energy alignment, right? The second key was visualization. The third key to manifest success in your life and your business is to take action and inspired steps. Take action and inspired steps. Here's the thing. You can lay in your bed all day and envision a world where you have a money tree in the backyard and you never have to cook again because it's cloudy with a chance of meatballs. Did anyone else's kids read that book? Just mine? Alana, I see you raise it. Yeah, right? Such a great book. Yep, Jen. Oh my gosh, seriously, the cutest. So for anyone who hasn't read it, it's about a tiny town called Chew and Swallow, right? Chew and Swallow was like any other town, except for that its weather came 3 times a day at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it never rained raindrops. It never snowed snowflakes. Their weather, instead of raindrops, it rained things like soup and juice. Instead of snowflakes, it snowed things like mashed potatoes. Oh, wait, sometimes the wind blew, and it blew in hamburgers, not wind. So that's my kind of weather, you guys. I'm not going to lie, but it's not going to actually happen for you or for me, sadly, just because we imagine it. What we actually do in my 6-week program is we used our raised vibrational state, our visualizations, and we turned them into action and inspired steps. It's not enough to just put global speaker on your vision board and never do anything toward it, right? You're not just going to get a call that says, hello, I would like you to be a global speaker on my stage. It's not going to happen, right? But guess what? What is going to happen is you're going to put global speaker into the universe if that's what you want. And then the universe is going to leave you breadcrumbs along the way of inspired actions, inspired thoughts and inspired actions. My goodness, I'm so sorry. You have to take those inspired actions as steps toward becoming a global speaker, right? I feel like I made that way more confusing than it needed to be. So I'll say it like this, the raised vibration and the visualization are going to be a magnet for those stages, all the while bringing us to the next inspired thought, the next inspired action that will lead you to being invited to speak on the global stage. That sounds better, right? Think of it like the breadcrumbs in Hansel and Gretel, except the universe is a much higher vibration and way more trustworthy than a witch in a cottage. I don't know why I'm using children's books right now. I'm just saying, follow the breadcrumbs, right? So we've got our 3 keys to manifest success. You've got them written down. You're ready to go. I don't think I told you in the beginning, but my intention was for everyone who came here today and stayed to the end, I was going to share with you a bonus key to manifest success in your life and in your business. And your bonus key is that intuition is your secret weapon. Intuition is your secret weapon. Intuition is a knowing. It's that ability to understand something immediately without the need for conscious reasoning, right? You don't have to know in your mind why you just know. You don't have to know how you just know, right? Intuition helps with your safety and security. Intuitively, if you get a feeling like someone's following you and you need to cross the street, if you follow that intuition, it helps keep you safe, right? Intuition helps with your decision making in your life and also in your business. I used my intuition when I made the decision to close my massage therapy office. And truly, it was an amazing decision. And it was the right decision because it came from intuition. It didn't just come from dollars and cents. And with some practice, your secret weapon allows you to trust your own instincts. Learning how to listen to your intuition makes it so much easier and so much more simple for you to manifest success. I want you to hear me when I say the universe is infinite. It's infinite. The only thing that is actually stopping you from manifesting success in your life, in your business, in anything is you. That's it. What I know to be true is that when you invest in yourself, by learning to harness the power of the universe, you are more likely to manifest abundance in any area of your life. You're literally telling the universe that you value yourself and your potential enough that you're willing to expand to create the life and the life that you desire. There's so much more available to you than maybe you've ever even known before. Honestly, I've been doing this work for years, this energy work, manifestation. I don't know everything that's available. I'm learning as I go, and it's an amazing journey. The universe is infinite and is just waiting for you to say yes. You already took the first step on your path to manifest success by showing up here today. Take the second step and schedule your breakthrough to clarity session. And we're going to drop a link, if we didn't already do it, one more time in the chat. And before we close the Zoom room, I've left plenty of time for Q&A. If anyone has any questions about anything we talked about today, or anything about the sessions, feel free to come off of mute, or you can raise your digital hand or your physical hand. And let me, before we do that,